closing the eyes, maybe bringing your first finger and thumb together in your chin mudra. And imagine someone's pulling a string from the top of the head. So you're feeling grounded through the sitting bones, but a sense of lightness through the spine. So tuck your chin in ever so slightly towards your chest so that you feel that length, turning that pubic bone down. And just resting here today. Take a few moments just to notice how the body's feeling. Taking a brief body scan from the top of the head down towards the toes, noticing the body part by part. Any areas of discomfort or stiffness, just take a few nourishing deep breaths into those areas. Allow the breath to soften this area, and as you breathe out, maybe visualizing like a cloud above you, tension evaporating with the exhalation. Maybe sighing, so breathing in through the nose, sighing out through the mouth, if that helps you today. So remembering our out breath is the antidote to pain and stress. So when we hold on to stress, we tend to keep it locked in. But what we want to begin to do is use that breath just to let it go. So maybe just a few sighs with the out breath might feel wonderful for you today. Maybe just drawing the shoulders towards the ears as you breathe in. And make a sigh on the out breath, dropping the jaw. Just let it go. Anything you're holding on to today, breathe in fresh new energy. Creating space on the in-breath and let it go. Any unwanted energies. One more time, nice deep breath in. Draw the shoulders right towards the ears. And breathing out. Lovely, guys. So just noticing the breath now. Notice it in its natural form. Notice the quality of the breath today. Is it deep or shallow? Fast or slow? And where in the body do you feel the breath most predominantly? Maybe in the belly, maybe in the chest, maybe in the area of the nostrils. Just become an observer of the breath now. And when you're ready, bringing right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Notice the sensation of the breath. Visualize its journey, and it may help you to visualize that you're breathing through an ocean of air, down a waterfall in your throat, towards a lake in your belly. So feel that gentle expansion of this lake in your belly as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, let it go, let it flow via the waterfall in your throat, back out to your ocean of air. Guys, now tilting the head ever so slightly to the left, we're going to draw attention to the thoughts of the mind. So don't worry if there are familiar stories going around in the head as we practice. This is what the mind does. It tends to think and move around, but what we want to begin to do now is just observe these thoughts, step away, become the observer rather than getting swept away with every thought. Notice the thoughts like clouds passing by in a blue sky. See them come and go. Try not to grab onto any of them or run away with them. Just bring it back to the breath. And just allow your head to become a bit softer. And imagine now that like you're emptying a backpack of heavy rocks, you're going to lay down each and every one of your concerns or worries or your stories. Just lay them down one by one in your heart space. And know that your heart can take this weight. And as you breathe, imagine now you're dropping a little seed of positive intention that's going to drop down between the rocks. This intention may be just a word like peace, love, or healing. Just drop it down now, whatever you feel you need a little of today. Whatever you want to send out to the world, just allow that intention to resonate with you now. Give it a colour if you wish to. And when you're ready, bring the head back to a neutral position. We're going to bring the palms of the hands to the heart space, rubbing the palms and placing them now over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready. And just allow the hands to melt down away from the face. Opening your eyes in your own time. Lovely, guys. Changing the cross of the legs if you have your legs crossed, just making yourselves comfortable. We're going to come into alternate nostril breathing. So balancing out our left and right brain hemispheres. So keeping the left hand where it is, bringing the right hand, so your middle finger and your pointer finger, and place them between the third eye, so between the eyebrows. And then using your thumb and your ring finger, we're going to alternate blocking the nostrils. So when you're ready, place your thumb over your right nostril and just take a few natural breaths through the left. Notice how that feels. And then we're going to take a short, comfortable breath through the left and retain the breath using the ring finger to block the nostrils. Release the right thumb and breathe out through the right nostril completely. Breathe in through the right for the count of 4 and hold the breath. Release the left nostril completely. In through the left for 4 and hold. And out through the right completely. In through the right for 4 and hold. And out through the left completely. In through the left for 4 and hold. And out through the right completely. In through the right for 4 and hold. And out through the left completely. Final round, in through the left for 4 and hold. And out through the right completely. In through the right for 4 and hold. Final retention. And then release the right hand down, just release the breath. Notice how that feels in the body. When you're ready, just opening your eyes. Notice how you feel now. And when you're ready, we're just going to move gently through the head and neck. So moving your head over towards the right shoulder, keeping your heart space open. And take a nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out, drawing a semicircle with the chin towards the chest, moving the head all the way round to the opposite shoulder. Moving slowly and mindfully, no rush. There's nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do in this moment, except focus on the breath and the movement. Breathing in as you arrive, breathing out on your journey. This time, breathing in. As you breathe out, we're going to look across the space around you, across the horizon, as though you're scanning a vast ocean for boats at sea, moving slowly and mindfully. Guys, nice deep breath in as you arrive. deep breath out upon your journey, moving the head back to a neutral position. Nice deep breath in. This time we're going to look up, dropping the jaw. Breathing in as you breathe out. Make the back of the neck nice and long as you draw the chin in towards the chest. Lovely. Come back to a neutral position. Just inclining the head now over to the right, tucking the chin in again. So making sure you're not stressing the neck. Make sure that chin is lightly tucked in towards the chest. So you can stay here if you wish, or bring the right hand towards the opposite temple. Not pulling or pushing the head, but just lightly resting it there. And then the right hand can rest beside you, or the back of the hand towards the opposite hip or thigh to make a bit more space through that shoulder. And just breathe. Allow a gentle smile to occur on the face, or an internal smile is fine. Just soften and surrender. And we'll do the same on the other side, so just releasing the way you came, back hand, top hand, and then slowly inclining the head over to the other side, chin in towards the chest, and then take the opposite hand. And again, do whatever you did on the other side. Gentle smile to soften the facial muscles. Imagine those thoughts just purifying through with that heart's intention. Letting any mind thought go, dropping it down. And then back to center. Lovely, guys. We're going to raise the arms up this time. Taking a twist, so just twisting over to the right, opposite hand to knee. Keep the spine nice and long so the back hand can just come right in towards you. So you keep a nice open twist, twisting from the upper body. And just moving the head in line with the spine. Try not to overstrain the neck to look back. Just breathing there. Deep inhalation. And exhalation. Keeping the hand upon the knee, we're going to take the back hand up and over the ear. Keep that chin in towards the chest slightly to support the neck. And just breathe. We're going to bring that hand back down, floating both arms up. And doing the same over to the other side. Opposite hand to knee, lengthening through the spine. Keeping that hand upon the knee, back hand comes up and over in line with the ear. Tucking the chin in slightly. And then coming back to center. Wonderful. Releasing the block away from you. Come to lying down now. So releasing the whole body. Release the arms, draping them overhead. Lengthening and stretching as far as you can. Breathing in to lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out, release and let go. Breathe in to lengthen and stretch. Breathe out to release completely. Breathing in, lengthen and stretch. Breathing out, letting go completely. Rotating wrists and ankles here. We're going to banana the body over to one side, shuffling the feet over to the right corner and the upper elbows over to the right as well, keeping hip down. If you want to increase the stretch, you can take the outer ankle over the inner. Just breathe there. Creating a lightened space through the side ribs. That psoas muscle that runs from the hips through the center of the body. Through the lungs, gently expanding the ribs here. Creating a bit of space with every breath. One more deep breath here. And when you're ready, we're going to shuffle the body over to the other side, doing exactly the same as what you did on the right. No stress or strain in the shoulders or elbows. If there's any tightness in the shoulders, just release the arms all together overhead. And just breathe. Coming back to center when you're ready. We're going to flow with the breath now, so pointing the toes, arms overhead, nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, so you're pushing the breath out, flexing the feet as you do so. Breathing in, arms come overhead, point the toes. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. As you breathe out, flexing the feet, pushing the breath out with the arms, taking the arms down towards your sides. Again, no rush, no stress or strain. Flow in your own time with your own breath. Find your own rhythm today. Breathing in, lovely. As you breathe out now, we're going to draw the right knee in towards you, hugging the right knee in and just rotating that right ankle. And then lengthen arms and legs, making everything nice and long again. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out now, the left knee comes into you. And again, just rotating that left ankle. Breathe in to lengthen and stretch. Breathing out, right knee comes in. If you wish to now, you can begin to hover the left leg away and draw the nose towards the knee. We'll just do what we did before. Do what feels good for you today. Lowering down, reach and lengthen. Exhaling, draw the left knee in, hover the right leg away if you did so on the other side, or just keep that leg down, nose to knee, or just release the head down. Lovely. Breathing in to lengthen and stretch. Right knee comes in. We're going to take the hand behind the right thigh now and begin to lengthen that right leg. Circling the right ankle, And if you wish to, you can raise the hands up the leg. Slight bend in the knee. You can begin to draw the nose towards the knee. It's not necessarily going to touch. Good for you if it does. It's just an intention. Keep the elbows wide, keep the shoulders soft. And then just slide the hands down the leg, take the arms overhead. Deep breath in here, breathing out, draw the left knee in, taking the hands behind the thigh, and again lengthen through that left leg. Keep the head and neck down as you circle the left ankle, and again if you wish to, you can hug in with the thigh in towards you, draw the nose towards the knee, or take the hand further up towards the calf, just not behind the knee. And then lower down. Well done, guys. Lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out now, hugging both knees in towards your chest, so making yourselves into a little ball, and just rocking from side to side. Taking the hands upon the knees, we're going to draw circles with the knees now. So keeping the knees together, just draw a nice big circle through the hips, massaging out the lower spine, the lower sacral area. Changing directions when you're ready. Keeping the toes together now, we're going to draw the knees in opposite directions. And we'll come into a happy baby. So take the arms between the legs, elbows in line with the knees, grabbing hold of maybe the shins, the outer edge of the feet, the big toes with the first two fingers. Draw the knees down. Soles of the feet face up, and see if you can try and get your tailbone to reach a little further down towards the ground. Breathing in, as you breathe out, just sighing through the mouth, letting go with every exhalation. Breathing in, maybe saying to yourself, I surrender. Breathing out, saying to yourself, I release. Say this out loud or repeat the mantra in your head. Breathing in to surrender. Breathing out, I release. You can have a gentle rock from side to side here if you want to. And then slowly draw the soles of the feet in towards one another, lowering the knees down now, placing the hands down either side of you. So we're going to draw our attention now to our core strength. So you can place a block between the knees if that helps you to stop the knees from wandering in or out. Just making sure your heels are tucked in almost towards your bottom and that your knees are in line with your hips. Place the palms down, back of the neck nice and long. So breathing in, feel that natural arch in the spine. As you breathe out, imagine your pelvic floor engaging and your lower tummy muscles. So it's almost as though someone's dropping an ice cube on your lower belly. So that instinctive kind of reaction of the muscles begins to lock in. This therefore engages our bandhas, the areas where the muscles meet, our energy locks. So we're drawing the energy in towards the body as you breathe out, rather than losing the energy. So breathing in, natural arch in the spine, nice curvature in the spine, relaxing completely. As you breathe out, engaging, drawing down. So it's as though if you tried to even get a slither of paper under the lower back, you wouldn't be able to do it. So each part of your spine is connected down towards the ground. Engaging the bandhas here, lovely. So we're igniting now this internal digestive fire. So you might wish to imagine that beautiful yellow sunshine in the solar plexus area. Engaging this fire, this internal agni, this digestive fire within the belly. Lovely, guys. So taking the hands behind the head now, interlock the fingers, keep the elbows wide. Breathing in, natural arch in the spine. As you breathe out this time, begin to draw the head up. So drawing the chin towards the chest, keep the elbows wide, keep those knees in line with the hips, and just look towards the space between the thighs. Or you can keep the eyes closed. So no stress or strain in the head or neck here. Just keep breathing, keep that area locked in if you can as you breathe. Take a few nourishing breaths. As you breathe out now, begin to lower the head and neck and begin to relax the tummy muscles. Take a nice deep nourishing breath in here to prepare. And we'll do the same again. Engaging pelvic floor, lower tummy muscles, relaxing your shoulders. Just breathe. And lower down. Wonderful, guys. Deep breath in to prepare. Breathing out, engaging, lifting. Keep breathing here. And this time we're going to draw both feet away from the ground, so into a reclined chair position. We're going to draw the right toes down back to center, then left toes down back to center. So toe tapping down, keeping this area engaged. If at any point it feels too much, hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a few breaths. Keep breathing. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Well done, guys, you're doing really well. If you wish to and you want to move into the obliques, you can draw the opposite elbow to knee. So as the knee comes back to center, draw your opposite elbow towards that knee. So try not to move the knee towards the shoulder, towards the elbow. Draw the elbow towards the knee. Lovely, guys. When you're ready, hug the knees in towards the chest. Relax your tummy muscles now. You've worked really hard. Take a few deep breaths, sighing out any unwanted tension, releasing the lactic acid from the muscles as you breathe. We're going to take the hands to knees, just rock side to side, and then rocking the weight over to your right side now. We're going to come into a few side stretches, moving into the glutes, the IT band. So you can rest the head down if you wish to, rest the front hand in front of you, flex the feet as though you're stood on the ground, and we're just going to pulse the top foot up and back down. So you don't need to go too far. You can lower that lower foot down or hover it slightly. And just breathe there. Try and smile to yourself as you do this. Relax the facial muscles. So this is a wonderful series of postures to move into the IT band, into the glutes. We'll draw circles with the top foot. Again, not too big. If you feel a bit wobbly, you can bend that lower knee and rest that lower leg down. Do whatever feels good for you today. Change the direction of the circles. And then keeping that foot hovered, we're just going to kick that heel back. So keep the leg straight, but just pulse the heel back behind you as though you're turning on a positive light switch. setting that intention for your day or evening ahead. And then lower the legs down, bend the knees, give the top hip a rub and a tap. So keeping the heels in towards one another, keep the lower leg down. We're just drawing the top leg up and back down into our clam posture. Make sure your chin is lightly tucked in towards the chest so there's no strain in the upper body. And just breathe there. Lovely, releasing down, shuffle the knees back and just reaching towards that back, the back feet if that feels good for you. Coming into a bit of an open stretch through the front body. Opening the heart space, opening the hips forward. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, you can just roll over to do the same on the other side. So lengthening out, and just do whatever you did on the other side, flexing the feet as you pulse the foot up and back down in time with the breath. So you'll find you kind of need to engage your core to keep yourself steady here. Just very lightly engaged to keep that balance. Switching on that internal flame, and then just begin to rotate the foot. One direction then the other. And then with the foot hovering, just kicking back behind you, turning on that positive light switch. Wonderful, guys. Bending at the knees, rub and tap that top hip all the way around the glutes. Keeping the heels together now into your clam position. Keep that lower knee, the lower leg down. Just hovering the ankle, the heels as they're connected, and just drawing that top knee up and back down. Well done, guys. Keep breathing there. Lowering, rubbing and tapping, and then reaching back. So drawing the knees back behind you so that your hips are jutting forward. You can reach back towards the toes, doesn't matter where the hands reach. It's not important, but just enjoying that open stretch through the front body now. Resting both legs down. And then we're going to roll onto our fronts now into Sphinx posture. So any pinching in the lower back today, just take the elbows a little further away from you, a little wider, maybe even making a triangle with the hands as you release the shoulders. So any tension in the shoulders. If not, you can keep the elbows roughly in line with the shoulders. Spread the palms. If the elbows are too far back, you're going to struggle to come up here and cause stress in the neck. So just make sure the elbows are in line with the shoulders or a little further forward. Spread the palms so your fingers are nice and spread. Rotate the shoulders back and down the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Neck nice and long. Just keep the chin lightly resting. Looking a few feet in front of you upon the ground is fine. So try not to look up too much because that causes stress in the neck as well. So just breathe there. Opening your heart space. Keep your feet nice and wide, hip distance or a little further apart. Little wriggle of the hips if you need to. And just breathe. Wonderful, guys. Lowering down, stacking one hand on top of the other, just resting the chin for a few moments here. Take a few nourishing breaths, wriggle those hips if you wish to. We're going to come to a few back bends now, gentle back bends to awaken the spine. So breathing in, as you breathe out now, opposite arm, opposite leg begins to raise and then lower, chin towards chest. Breathing in, opposite arm, opposite leg, and lowering down. Deep breath in. Opposite arm, opposite leg, moving in your own time with your own breath. Lovely, guys. This time we're going to draw the arms away and back, so your elbows drawing in towards your side waist. Holding it there, breathing. And then back under the head, lower the head to one side and relax. Take a few nourishing breaths. Do that one again, nice deep breath in. Raising and lifting, draw those elbows back and then lower down towards the other side. Lovely, guys. Opening in the shoulders now. You can watch me to begin with or join in when you're ready. We're going to place the right hand down and we're going to take the left arm nice and straight behind us. We're going to open out from that right hip. So the right foot comes behind you and you're just going to rest here. So you're getting a nice open stretch through that left shoulder. And then we'll roll onto our front, do the same on the other side. So the right arm comes out nice and long, left hand pushes down, keep the side of the head down, head relaxed, and just turn that left toes or the left foot down towards the ground. Breathing there. Wonderful, guys. Come back to center. We'll come into cobra waves now. So imagining in this heat that you're out on a paddleboard or surfboard, that you're swimming out to sea, a couple of baby waves. So you're going to take the hands out in front of you, pads of the fingers, elbows down, drop the chin, and you're going to come up and over the baby waves, pushing through the pads of the fingers and then reaching down. So cobra waving through the spine, rippling up through the spine, vertebra by vertebra, one at a time, and lowering down. Moving in your own time with your own breath. Imagine the waves are getting a little bigger, so you're going to bring the hands a little wider and closer in towards you, so towards the top of your mat. Keep those elbows nice and bent, drop the forehead down as you come up and over these waves that are getting a little bigger and lowering down. Moving mindfully through the spine. If at any point it feels too much, move very slowly and mindfully. If there's any pinching in the back whatsoever, just come back to the previous position. Move within your own limitations here. Moving mindfully. You might find that the feet hover away from the ground as well. That's fine. Lovely, guys. So this time, nice big waves coming, and you want to catch this one. So you want to bring the feet in towards one another. Bring the hands in line with the breastbone. You're going to use that core strength you've built up today. Tuck the elbows in, and you're going to use that core strength to push through the hands and push the body up past the wrist. Bend the elbows slightly into an up dog. Breathing there. Wonderful, guys. Come onto your knees, draw the weight back, and we're just going to move through the hips now, snaking through the spine onto all fours. A few cat-cows here. So like the waves in the ocean, draw the shoulders away from the ears, opening the heart space, looking up as you breathe in, breathing out. Tuck the chin in, draw the hips under. So if at any point this is too much for your wrists, or you've got any issues here with the wrists, making fists with the wrists or coming down onto the forearms is just as beneficial. Do what feels right for you today. Make any adjustments that you might need. Listen to the body. Tune in with your own flow of breath. There's no right or wrong here. We're going to make a bit of movement, so begin to circle the hips in a clockwise position. Keep the elbows bent, keep everything soft. You can make these movements as big or as small as you wish. Making a bit of a figure of 8 maybe with the top part of the body. Coming forward into that up dog, or just keeping everything a little smaller. So again, there's no right or wrong here. Close your eyes. Breathe and flow with the breath. Stretch the bits that need stretching. We're all going to feel different today. And then come back to a neutral position. Changing the direction of the circle, so starting off with this anti-clockwise, just breathing there. Nice big circles, and again, moving in whichever way you did on the other side, finding your flow, breath and movement, making the movements as big or as small as you wish. And when you're ready, just kicking back now into a child's pose. So toes together, knees wide. You can take the arms nice and long out in front of you, or bring the hands back towards the feet, or bring the knees together. So just come into a comfortable child's pose. If the elbows or shoulders are tight, make a triangle with the hands. Relax the shoulders and drop the forehead down. If you tighten the hips, you can always place a block under the forehead or support under the hips. Closing your eyes here. If you wish to, you can bring the palms of the hands together and the thumb towards the C7, so the vertebra that sticks out the most of the lower neck. And then when you're ready, coming back onto all fours, we're going to come into a downward dog when you're ready. So tuck the toes under, kicking up and back. Keep the feet nice and wide, keep the hands nice and wide, keep the knees slightly bent and the elbows slightly bent. So really soften this posture today. Create a bit of space, create a bit of movement. Rock it maybe from side to side. Keep that steady, gentle flow going. Keep everything a little bit softer than usual, just to give yourself a bit more space today, a bit more compassion. Lovely. We're going to bend one knee then the other. As you begin to walk the feet towards the hands, keep the feet nice and wide, bend the knees, grab hold of opposite elbows, drop the head. Take a few nourishing breaths here. In through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. A couple of yeses or nos if the head is still busy. Release the hands when you're ready. Bring the feet in towards one another. Bring the hands to the shins, nice flat back. And then we'll fold once again. Bring the hands towards the back of the leg and the nose towards the knees. Slight bend in the knees if you wish to. And then bring the feet back hip width apart again. Bend those knees and ragdoll your way up to standing. Keep the knees bent to support the spine. Come up slowly and mindfully. Allow the chin and the head to be the very last things to come up. As you come up, just rotate the shoulders away from the ears. Grab hold of any refreshments you might need. I certainly need it in this heat. Just breathing there. Lovely. Wonderful, guys. So coming towards the front of your mat, we're going to bring the feet hip distance apart. We're going to move into a sun salutation, so moving slowly and mindfully. Bringing the hands towards the lower back to begin with, engaging the lower tummy muscles as you open the heart space. Draw the elbows in towards one another. Think of that lift coming from the lower spine up and back, so you're not collapsing in the lower back. Open through the heart space as you look up. Wonderful, guys. Come back to center. Bringing the palms of the hands together this time. We're going to take the arms up and overhead into mini back bend, and then folding forward from the hips all the way down. Bring the hands to shins, nice flat back. As you bring down, now stepping the right foot back, followed by the left into a plank position. Spreading the palms, breathing there. Look towards the space between the hands and just breathe. Lowering the knees when you're ready, tucking the elbows in, hovering the chin down, come up into Chaturanga. You can come into Sphinx, low cobra, up dog, whatever feels good for you today. And then keep the knees down, draw the weight back, tuck the toes under as you come in to your downward dog once again. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here. Push through the hands. slight bend in the knees if you need to. And then we'll bend one knee, then the other. You can walk, step or jump the feet towards the hands. Bend at the knees, reverse one dive. Coming all the way back up to standing, bring the palms of the hands together. Lovely. We'll do that one once again. Nice deep breath in, arms come up and back. Forward fold from the hips, slight bend in the knees if you need to. Keep distance apart, hands to shins, nice flat back. Lowering down, left foot comes back, followed by the right foot into plank. Breathing there. Lowering the knees, tucking the elbows in, coming up to up dog, low cobra or sphinx. Slight bend in the elbows to make space for the shoulders. And then coming into your downward dog or into knees on the ground first. Just do what feels good for you. And breathe. Wonderful, guys. Bending one knee, then the other. Walking, stepping or jumping the feet back towards the hands, bending the knees, reverse one diving, so coming all the way up, take the arms wide and back to neutral position. Well done, guys. We'll come into our warriors now, so keep the feet hip distance apart, so make sure, look down towards your feet, that you have this nice width between your feet. We're going to take the right foot back, but make sure that that right foot is in line with where it was before. So rather than stacking one foot in front of the other on a tightrope, we're keeping those feet comfortable hip distance apart. So take that right foot back to as far as feels good for you today. You've got a few options. You can stay on the ball of the back foot into a warrior one, or you can bring that back heel behind you. So do what feels good for you. I quite like to stay on the ball of my back foot, but it's completely up to you. Take the arms up, shoulders away from the ears, palms to face one another. You can have a slight bend in that back knee if you want to support the lower back. I quite like this option just to keep this area of my core nice and supported so the lower back isn't taking all the strain. Do what feels good for you today and just breathe. Bend the elbows slightly, create space for the shoulders. Try and smile to yourself. You're a wonderful warrior. Lovely, guys. Bring the back heel down now, turning the hips out. Take the arms out towards your sides into a warrior two, palms facing down. Looking towards the backhand, acknowledging how far you've come. Looking over the front hand now to all the adventures, the exciting things ahead of you, summer ahead. And then just acknowledging where you are now, honouring with gratitude and love this space today that you've created for yourself, for your practice. Giving gratitude for your health. Lovely. Bring the back hand towards the back leg, slide it back. Turn the top palm up and over into reverse warrior. Wonderful, guys. Drawing the elbow to the knee, take the top arm up and over, looking under that armpit. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to straighten that front leg and come into Trikonasana. So if you want to, and you have a block and you want to use it, you can bring that block towards the instep of that foot. And before we come into the posture, we're just going to rest the arms out. And keeping the legs as they are, you're imagining now that you're going to reach over towards a tabletop. So you're not collapsing down, you're reaching over. And imagine this tabletop has some wonderful fresh fruits, whatever you fancy today, or profiteroles, or pistachio, cornettos, your lovely croissants, whatever you want to imagine. Reach over towards it and then lower that hand down, taking the top arm up. Wonderful, guys. You can reach down towards your block, your leg, your lower foot. If your back hip is really sticking out, just come up a little further. So don't allow the posture to be compromised with trying to get your hand down as far as you can. Lovely, guys. You can look forward or up towards the top thumb. And just breathe. Wonderful. Bending that front knee, bring the hand towards the hip, the top hip. We're going to very mindfully come back up. Lovely. Stepping the feet back towards one another, giving yourselves a little shimmer and a shake. We're going to move on to the other side when you're ready. So keep that block nearby. This time bringing the feet again hip distance apart. Keeping that left foot, sliding it back into your warrior one. Do exactly what you did on the other side. If you stayed on the ball of the back foot, if you bent the knee, do the same again, supporting that core. Take the arms up, elbows slightly bent, creating space for the shoulders. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. Make sure the feet are a little bit wider so you're feeling grounded, feeling steady, feeling secure here. And just breathe, smiling to yourself. Wonderful, guys. Lower that back heel, turn, back heel in, out, out slightly, sorry. And then draw the arms down. So again, looking over that back hand. So try not to launch the weight forward in this position. Think of drawing the weight into the outer edge of that back foot. So you're not leaning forward, you're keeping that weight central. Looking over that front hand. Honoring that space where you are now. With gratitude and love, we're going to raise the energy up. So bring the back hand to the back leg, turn the top arm up and over. Reach and lengthen. For that wonderful side stretch here. So we open up through the side body. Then we're going to draw elbow to knee, top arm up and over, reach and lengthening as though you're drawing a line from the outer edge of that back foot all the way towards the fingertips. Look under the armpit. And then we're going to draw the weight back up. Straighten that front leg, coming into your Trikonasana. So again, take the arms out, shoulders down. Again, just practice that moving from the ribs rather than just collapsing down. So reach towards delicious food. Bring the hand down, take the top arm up. Whatever you did on the other side. Smiling to yourself. Bend that front knee, bring the hand to the hip, slowly bring yourself up. And we're going to just walk the feet in slowly, back to center. Give your arms, give your legs a little shake, take the arms up, releasing any stress. We're going to come into tree posture now, so into a little balance, using the walls if you need to. We're going to find a spot to gaze at in front of us to begin with. So bring your feet hip distance apart, a little further in towards one another. Just draw the weight to your toes, outer edges, heels, back over, finding your center, shoulders away from the ears. Imagine those roots going down the soles of the feet, and just open your eyes. Find a spot to gaze at in front of you. So find something you can focus your attention on, maybe a tree preferably, but just anywhere in the room in front of you. And then we're going to draw the weight in towards that left foot. You're going to draw the right foot in towards the left, bending the right knee. And just giving that left leg a little tap and a rub to remind it that it's taking your energy, taking that strength from you today. And bring the palms of the hands together. So this is option one. If you want to, you can bring that foot towards the calf or grab hold of that foot and bring it right up towards the thigh, opening your hips out with courage. Finding that spot to gaze at is really wonderful here to help you as you breathe, saying to yourself, I am steady. I am steady. You can take the arms up overhead if you wish to. Take the arms wide. Imagine yourself being surrounded by a golden ball of light, healing light, positive light. Breathe it in from the heavens. Bring it down to your heart, your head, and then release that lower foot. Shimmer and shake. Well done, guys. Doing really well. This time, take the weight over to the opposite foot. Again, bring the palms of the hands together, finding that spot to gaze at. And again, just do whatever you did on the other side, opening the hips out with courage. I am steady as you take the arms up, or keep them down is fine. Arms wide, creating that golden ball of positive light. Bend those elbows. Nice deep breath in, surround yourself. Bring it down from the heavens towards your head, towards your heart. And then release that lower foot. Wonderful, guys. Shimmer and shake. And take everything nice and wide now. Take a nice deep breath in. Arms come up and breathe out. Breathing in, arms come up. Lovely, smiling to yourself. Breathe it out. Let it go. Breathe it in. Coming up to the tiptoes if that feels good for you today. Wiggle the fingers. And then breathe out. Breathe it in once again. All the way up into a bit of a star shape. Wiggle your fingers. And then back down. Lovely. Shimmer and shake. We're going to make our way down now. So coming towards the front of your mat. Come into a bit of a Hindi squat. So if squats aren't good for you, just make your way down to sitting. Keep your block nearby, as we've got a nice supported version of this. So you can come onto the tiptoes, come slowly down from here, and then coming into your Hindi squat. So bring your feet a little wider, and if you have a block, I quite like to place it under the bottom here. Lower the feet down, and then you can squeeze your elbows into your knees into your elbows. Bit of traction here. Create that nice tall spine, palms together. Smiling to yourself, this wonderful practice you've created space for today. Smiling to your day, your week ahead, with positivity and light, giving thanks for this moment. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, release the block away. Release the spine down. So before we do, we're going to bring the feet as wide as the mat, and we're just going to rock the knees from side to side, easing out through the hips and lower back, the sacral area. And we're going to make this into a lying down twist, or a reclined supine twist. So slowly drawing the spine down, keeping the rocking through the knees. Take the arms into a cactus position and just continue gentle movements side to side. And then as your knees come over to the right, we're just going to leave the knees there, turn the head over to the left, gentle twist. If it's too much, just bring the feet a little closer together and just breathe. You can rest the arms down towards your sides or in a cactus position. And then come back to center, deep breath in. And again, breathing out, draw the knees over to the other side. Drawing the head in the opposite direction to the knees. Wonderful, guys. Come back to center. We're now going to bring the soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, so knees wide. If this feels a bit too much for you today, if you feel tight in the hips, you can take a couple of rolled blankets under the hips. If this is too much for the lower back today and you just don't feel comfortable in this position, then you can bring the feet as wide as your mat and just collapse the knees in towards one another. So do what feels good for you. Listen to the body. Take the arms nice and long down beside you, palms to face up, or rest the hands in that yoni mudra, that triangular position over the lower belly between the hips. Do what feels good for you today. Relax, back of the neck nice and long, and just breathe. We'll take a few golden thread breaths from here to begin to move into the parasympathetic nervous system. So breathing in through the nose, creating that tiny parting between the lips. We're going to allow the breath to pour from the lips like a golden thread of breath. In through the nose, out through that tiny parting of the lips, imagining the breath like that golden thread of warm breath. pouring from the lips. You can keep the knees as they are, or if you wish to now, coming into Shavasana, so bringing the hands either side of the thighs, bring the knees in towards one another and resting the legs down. So again, any issues with the lower back, you can take a rolled up cushion or pillow under the knees to support the lower back. Keep the feet hip distance apart, allow the feet just to fall out, arms resting down beside you now, back of the neck long, as you relax completely. Imagine the whole body now melting into the earth beneath you. Imagine the top of the head opening out, and imagine a beautiful healing white light pouring down now from the crown of the head. And imagine that white light moving down each part of the body, healing, rejuvenating each and every part, each and every cell. So imagine yourself being filled up like a vessel of light, gradually this white light pouring down through the top of your head, down your neck, down your shoulders and arms. Imagine this beautiful healing white light carrying any unwanted tension from these areas, releasing any blockages from the muscles, from the joints, from the mind, any areas of tension. Imagine this light just healing and nurturing, caressing each and every part of the body as it moves continually down, all the way down towards the toes. Imagine your whole body now beaming from within, this beautiful healing light. Imagine the outer layers of the body radiating this beautiful light. Imagine that healing light moving down from your tailbone towards the core of the earth where you planted that little intention. And imagine that golden, that beautiful healing light nurturing that little seed you planted. Imagine that intention now spreading towards the rest of the world, as far and as wide as you wish to send it, to anyone who needs your healing light today. Imagine those people far and wide being nurtured, being touched by that healing light and feeling a deep sense of inner peace from your light today. And imagine as an act of gratitude, this light gets sent back to you from them through this core, through your roots, through your tailbone, gathering this light back toward your heart space. I'd like you now to imagine the top of your head closing off, your heart now closing in with this beautiful healing light, knowing that that energy is always there for you, connecting you near or far. And just bring your attention back to your breath now. Taking a few deeper breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Maybe bringing right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Noticing the coming and going of the breath without any effort from you, this life-giving breath that's always there, and just feeling a sense of gratitude now for your breath. When you're ready, take your arms overhead, make the body nice and long, point the toes, wriggle the fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles, lengthen and stretch. When you're ready to, begin to bend the knees, bring the feet down towards the ground, lower the arms, maybe lifting the hips up into a mini bridge. Lower down the spine and hug the knees in towards your chest. Maybe making a gentle rock from side to side. And take the weight over to the right when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed. Taking the palms down, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated posture. Resting the hands upon the knees or on the lap. Noticing how you're feeling now in this present moment. When you're ready, bring the palms of the hands together. We'll make the chant of Om just once to end the practice. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Rubbing the palms, making them nice and warm, and place them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready, and just allow the hands to melt down away from the face. Bringing the hands to the head for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right intentions. Namaste.